Hello ladies and gentlemen, first of all I would like to say a big thank you for 100 subscribers, it really does mean a lot to me, and I do hope you enjoy today's 100 subscriber special, and that is of course Pokemon Conquest, as you can see on your screen here. Now unfortunately there isn't a Wi-Fi mode in Pokemon Conquest. You can battle someone in multiplayer, but that's in like local play, and I don't know anyone else who really has this game, so I'm not able to do that unfortunately. However, I do have as near as possible to that in the final boss battle of a campaign. And the campaign is called The Rebel, as you just saw on the screen there, and it's an unlockable campaign that you can do after you finish the main storyline. So I'll give you a very quick crash course on how to play Pokemon Conquest, just so you know what's going on. First of all, going by this game, it's absolutely brilliant. It's a mix of Pokemon and the Warriors franchise, such as Samurai Warriors or Dynasty Warriors or Warriors Orochi, if you've ever played any of those games. It's got like the turn-based Pokemon game mechanics, but in a territory conquest setting, with Warriors from I think it's the Samurai Warriors game series, I'm not too sure. I would go as far to say it's level with Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Trading Card Game, just for like a Pokemon spin-off game. Both of those games are incredible. I've burned countless hours on both of them. So the region here is called Ransei, and as you can see from the map before, it looks very similar to an arse. Yes. So Ransei is divided into kingdoms, and you can see here the interior of a kingdom, which is pretty much standard throughout each kingdom. You know, there's little variation. The farm is where you can train your Pokemon, recruit warriors who may be roaming, or just link with wild Pokemon. More on that later on, as I'll explain. The shop is just like a Pokemart. You can buy and sell stuff that you can then like equip to a warrior. All warriors can carry one item, and that can be used on their Pokemon. It might be a linking item, it might be a potion or an antidote or something like that. The Ponigiri shop is just like a Pokemon Center really. Ponigiri is just energy, which all Pokemon need to fight at their full potential. You can see over there on the left, next to each Pokemon, the energy levels, and you can see that Samurot's energy is good, but it's not quite pumping at max like Empoleon. So you can go and see the Ponigiri lady if your Pokemon needs an energy high. You don't go anywhere else, you don't go to the guy selling Ponigiri around the back of the farm. That stuff isn't legit, it's mainly washing powder and beaver tranquilizer. You don't want to get mixed up with those shady Ponigiri dealers. And the last building is the bank where you can invest gold that you just acquire throughout the game. You know, you can get gold from beating other trainers, you can get gold from gold mines, which I'll show you in a minute. And with that gold you can just upgrade locations, such as a farm. And if you upgrade your farm, you can attract better warriors and stronger wild Pokemon, and not just the legions of Bidoof that you can see on my farm. So a link between a warrior and a Pokemon is just like leveling up in the game. The stronger the link, ultimately the stronger the Pokemon. So as you can see, a 100% link is the absolute best, and that means your warrior has found his or her soulmate, let's say. Link also enables evolution, so if Samurot's link was only at 40% at max, it probably won't ever evolve from Oshawott, just because as soon as you max your link, your Pokemon can't get any stronger. So like I say, link determines the overall strength of a Pokemon, and all Pokemon, just like the game, have stats. So you've got hit points, range, which just means how far a Pokemon can move, attack, which is how strong a Pokemon is, defense, which is how well a Pokemon can take hits, and finally also speed, which is like how the game determines accuracy. The faster you are, the higher chance you have of hitting a Pokemon, and also how likely you are to dodge an opponent's attack. Finally, energy determines all of those things. If you have max energy, you're more likely to hit max damage, take hits a lot better, and also dodge attacks. So finally, looking at the warrior, a warrior also has stats. These aren't as important, I found, as they're only really used like within the interaction in the map. Power is used in gold mining, wisdom is used for bank investments, charisma is used for interaction in shops, and the capacity means how many Pokemon they can link with. The higher the numbers, the better obviously. Like, higher power just means you can mine for more gold. Each warrior also has a skill, which I'll talk about during the actual battle itself. And as you can see there, Mutachika is carrying an antidote for Samurott. So I'll give you a quick look at my other warriors here. As you can see, although Chikamasa, I think he's called, specialises in linking with water Pokemon, his link with Empoleon can only reach 70% strength. That just means Chikamasa hasn't found his soulmate, as we keep calling him. But it doesn't really matter because Empoleon absolutely kicks ass. It's got great stats, great move, and also just that great typing, water steel typing. Oh yeah, that's one thing I forgot to mention as well. All Pokemon have an ability as well, just like in the actual Pokemon games. But you can also unlock hidden abilities, and they're usually stronger. They're like the Dreamworld abilities, for instance. And that's just with gold. You go and see a specialist ability character and he'll unlock it for you. He just shows up randomly though, he might never appear, he might appear lots. So finally there's Krokorok. He's like my most recent Pokemon that I've caught. He's a lot weaker at the minute than everyone else, but as soon as he becomes Crocodile, he'll start to kick ass. So I think that's about it for the absolute crash course in how to play Pokemon Conquest. Hopefully you have some understanding of how it works and how you play now. So let's go fight us some Nobunaga. So here we go, the very last kingdom of the map. The only thing stopping me uniting the land for all those Bidoofs that want to live free of tyranny and oppression. So let's just check out the enemy first. And wow, Nobunaga's forces, they are very demoralised and lacking in energy. To be honest, I'm not really surprised. I've absolutely smashed him in this campaign, but he's certainly got an interesting mix of Pokemon, let's say. He had better warriors than this at one point when he had more kingdoms, but as you lose kingdoms, you lose generals, and a lot of his generals have left him. However, he does still have Hydreigon, who, just like in Black and White 2, is an absolute monster. It's very, very strong and very, very good. And Nobunaga himself is a really, really good general anyway, so it could still be close, so let's just get into it. So let's call up the troops, sound the battle horn, come on Wigglytuff, let's do it. Okay, Wigglytuff does suck major balls, but it makes the team just because the warrior has such good team ability. Oh wow, we're absolutely dicking on Nobunaga here in total strength. I'm not sure how close this will be. I thought it might be a little bit closer just because this is the final battle. It's literally all or nothing for Nobunaga. And this is pretty much the team I would use in a wireless battle anyway. I'd probably change up Ampharos for Jolteon, and Samurott for Gyarados, but everything else would be pretty much the same. So here we go, this is it. The fate of Ransai rests entirely on this, until the next campaign of course. And wow, listen to the music. I absolutely love the music in this game, if you haven't already noticed. They really did pull it out the bag just to make an awesome soundtrack. The Fire Arena especially, that is just a fantastic soundtrack. And this is actually the Rock Kingdom, which is pretty awesome. It's a really good arena. Some of the arenas are kind of annoying to fight on, like the Ice Arena, that's particularly bad. Just because they all have different type related effects within them. Like all the arenas correspond to the different Pokemon types, so I think there's 17 in all. And within this arena you have boulders that can be struck down the hill, usually by the defenders, and if those boulders hit you then that counts as like a rock attack with rock damage. So anyone weak to rock takes a super effective hit, so Charizard could be in some serious trouble here. So here we go, first turn. I have 20 turns to win, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And I noticed that Hydreigon starts at the very top, and that is going to be the biggest challenge, so I'm going to send Samurott to fight that thing straight away, because it is my strongest guy. And whilst everyone's clustered together, what I'm going to do is just use my Warrior Power. And what that does, if you didn't have a chance to read it then, was it increases the accuracy and critical hit ratio of Samurott and all the Pokemon around it for 3 turns upon activation. You can only use a Warrior Power once during a battle, so the timing of that can have an absolutely huge impact on the game itself. And you always move from the back just to maximise efficiency. If I'd moved Empoleon onto the switch, not only would Samurott not have been able to move max range this turn, but nor would Empoleon. And I noticed there, Scyther and Drifloon are both up to the top left, which is absolutely perfect because they're both weak to Electric. Type weaknesses and strengths still stay the same in this game as they do in Pokemon, so I can just send Ampharos out to deal with both of them, hit them with a Thunder. And I also noticed at the start that Carnivine and Steelix were to the right, which is absolutely incredible. That's like the game just wants me to win, or Nobunaga just wants to lose. So I can just send Charizard out to the right to deal with both of them. And as you saw then, Charizard flew over the wall. Any Pokemon with Levitate or Flying type can fly over Pokemon and obstacles, which makes sense because they can fly. So looking at it, I think I'm going to send Wigglytuff up to the top as well, just because Wigglytuff versus Steelix is like the worst possible matchup for me, because Steelix has the Jagged Edge ability, which is just like Rough Skin, so I'll only be doing like 3 damage and he'll be doing a quarter back to me or an eighth back to me or whatever it is. And then I think I'll send Empoleon to the right as well, just to deal with both of them quickly and help Charizard out. And then Empoleon can just swing around and start attacking Hydreigon, because Empoleon is the only one who can resist Hydreigon's attack. And then I'll just send Crocodile to the top as well, just to completely neutralise Luxio. And then it's Nobunaga's turn, so bring it Nobunaga. Do your worst. Okay, so he sends Hydreigon down, it's not a problem. He's going to do it with Carnivine. Getting him the hell out of there, not surprised because Charizard's on his way, and Charizard wrecks Carnivine. I know that from previous matches. So he's using his Thunder Power. Oh, it increases range, that's a good move. I was out of range at the time, I know Scyther can only move 3 spaces, sorry. And he's getting the rock as well. That's a good move, that. As he goes to Fury Cutter, 5 damage. Get the static hats, that's great news. The Cypher relies on its speed just to swerve attacks, and if it doesn't have that speed there, then it's kind of useless, it's a bit of a dead weight. That didn't do that much to me, to be honest. Drifloon can have a huge range. I barely did anything. In comes Luxio. Too bad, so it's back on me, I think. Or is it... yeah, he's still got Steelix. Okay. Now Steelix can barely move any of that. So, my turn. So let's draw first blood. And wow, Drifloon's lined himself up absolutely perfectly. And Jesus, look at that damage, 459 average, whereas Drifloon only has 115 health. That can kill 4 Drifloons. Actually, let's see if we can hit Scyther first, because that is the more potent threat. Drifloon can't really do all that much. Unfortunately, I can't fire over the wall. I guess that would be kind of broken if I could fire out and nothing that wasn't flying couldn't get in. Ampharos, Thunder, now! And wow, Ampharos looks absolutely pissed in that. He only went and friggin' missed as well. You're out of the team, Ampharos. Bring back Jolteon, and that is very, very annoying. Just because Thunder's such a hard attack to use, what with needing 2 spaces between you. Never mind, continue the march into battle, troops. Playing this game on Desmo is really, really weird for me. Trying to find the corresponding buttons is still a bit of a challenge. Hopefully it doesn't seem too bad. And just send Wigglytuff round. Block off his escape. Wigglytuff's got a huge HP stat. And actually Empoleon's in range here. So let's get some damage off on Hydreigon. Get that Hydro Pump time. Fairly low accuracy though. So yeah, not surprised that missed. 81% I think it was. And Hydreigon is a bit of a monster. But it's not too much problem. I call hacks actually, I call cheating here from Nobunaga. 2 misses in a turn, that's pretty crazy. Now that's just because Hydreigon is fairly fast and Empoleon and Ampharos are fairly slow, so not too surprised there. Let's see what he does, sends Carnivine in. Ah, he gets the double hit. Samurot's not going to take this too well. Or he is actually, that's a monster. Well, he deals a fair bit of damage, that's Carnivine right there for you. Drifloon. Gonna hit me with the Astonish. Big damage right here. Critical hit, 8 damage. Static hats again on him, nice. Ampharos is actually doing some work without doing anything. There comes Steelix. Iron Tail, that's gonna do nothing. Quad resisted by Empoleon. That missed. Probably did more damage missing than hitting there, to be honest. Steelix is a bit of a joke. Well, at the level he's at there, he's a bit of a joke. Oh, this is going to do some damage actually. Hydreigon is fairly strong. It's a good move there by Nobunaga to get though for them. 60 damage to Krokorok, wow. Krokorok is almost down and out already. Okay, so it's back on. Oh no, he's got Luxio still. What's he got here? Wow, I did not know it had Discharge. That is a good move as well. So taking a bit of pounding this turn in fairness, and I didn't really do any damage back to him on my turn. And he's got the power on Samurott as well. Damn. A lot of cheating going on here by Nobunaga. A lot of cheating. Got his fair share of the hacks this turn, it has to be said. That does not matter one bit though, because it's close quarter combat and my guys specialise in close quarter scraps, except for Ampharos, but you know, he's brought shame on his trainer. So that there is the only reason Wigglytuff makes the team, because Oichi has, I think that's her name, Oichi or Orochi or whatever it's called, I don't really know Japanese names and all that kind of stuff. But because Oichi has a kick-ass ability which heals all Pokemon and cures all status ailments, if this game was like based on Smogon Tears, Wigglytuff, although being absolutely trash, would rocket to Weavers because of that ability. So I'm going to get Krokorok out of the way here to the left, just so he can help Ampharos after, and then that will also enable me to knock a rock down here on Luxio without having to hit Krokorok. And now that Samurott is safely out of the way, Wigglytuff can hit 2 opponents without worrying about hitting Samurott. So you always have to think about the move after, like what you're going to do next, and you have to think about where your other mons are going to go. So if you move Krokorok so that Samurott can move, so that Wigglytuff can move, just so they can all attack safely, and you have to think of the big picture in this game, as well as in Pokemon really, to be honest. So Wigglytuff's going to go in Echoed Voice, fairly decent damage on Hydreigon, which is the only kind of thing that I'm worried about here. Although in a 6v1 Hydreigon fight, yeah, I don't fancy your chances, Hydreigon. Okay, let's see what we can do here with Ampharos. And yeah, the slope is going to be too steep there to use Thunder. Got Scyther, however. Let's see if it's going too steep. Doesn't might be at the top there. Nope, it's okay. And as you can see there, it's 100% accurate because of the paralysis. And this time Thunder will destroy, and I love that animation. Ampharos looks like he's calling to the sky just to rain death upon Scyther. So let's see, yes, I've got Charizard. Let's finish Steelix off as well. Anyone wanting to see a Steelix sweep here? They were never ever going to see that, let's be honest. Especially against Empoleon. So Flamethrower, that will just annihilate Steelix as well. Wow, he's getting absolutely smashed this turn. I think his strength, his army strength's gone by half. Half at least in this turn. Empoleon, let's see if I can finish off another Pokemon. 63 damage. I might be able to knock it out if I score more than average damage. Hydro Pump doesn't miss this time, unfortunately. It's 56, it's got way less than average there, to be honest. Okay, Nobunaga. He's right on the ropes, got him backed into the corner. Wow, he's got a suicide option here, he's even going to hit himself. Although this is going to be a lethal turn against Charizard. 21 damage from the attack. 111, wow. Charizard, you got destroyed, son. Okay, here comes Drifloon. Power that is Drifloon. Going against Ampharos. 4 damage. Oh, you got the flinch hacks. Drifloon, you menace. Okay. I went for Empoleon then, that's strange. I would have thought he might go for Krokorok or Samurott. Because Empoleon isn't weak to grass, he's only neutral. Missed anyway. Not too big a deal, it wouldn't have done all that much. Super effective hit only did 22 to Samurott anyway, so it would have done way less to Empoleon. So let's see what we can do. They're both in the middle, so maybe Wigglytuff can actually get them both here. First and foremost though, I'm going to see if I can score a burn. I just saw that his warrior's ability is that you increase added effects, so Flamethrower might have the increased burn chance. 48, get the crit, so increased crit chance, that's just as good. I will take that any day of the week. So let's see if I can bring Wigglytuff in. Yes, you can hit them, you can hit around a wall, but you can't hit over a wall, which is a little bit strange. So that should... Oh wow, yeah, crit on Hydreigon, so that knocks them both out. Wigglytuff's actually doing work. I apologise for everything I just said about you, Wigglytuff. What I mean to say is that Wigglytuff is absolute god. Uber? Nah, Uber's too weak for Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff should really be banned. Let's get some of these crates. 340 gold, nice. I will take that. Let's bring Krokorok down. It's Drifloon against the world. Can Drifloon take down a team of 6? Samurott come round. That's really all I need. I can probably just leave everyone else. So he got the flinch. He's running. He's making a run for it. Trying to stall down the 16 turns left. Go on, Krokorok. Can Krokorok get his first KO? 110, not quite. Maybe max damage. Come on, Krokorok, do it. Do it for the boys. 103, ah, oh, Krokorok gets the flinch. Nice. No more running for Drifloon. Let's see how Bros can finish this game. Ah, that rock's just put me out of kind of decent range of him. I can't quite get the 2 space gap. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? I can't knock the ball either because I can't get 2 spaces away from it. So it looks like Drifloon lives another day. Lives to fight one more day. Go around the side here just to make sure there's no escape. Yeah, that's all I need to do. And next turn, that is it. Drifloon flinched, yes, we know. And I think I'll let Krokorok get the final kill of the match here, just because it needs the Link experience to go to a Crocodile. I mean, a bite couldn't even kill a Drifloon, that's a freaking Drifloon, its defences are terrible. So this match went pretty much the way I expected it, to be honest. Unfortunately, the lack of a Wi-Fi mode, or even just like a skirmish mode in the game, where you can battle with even army strengths, just means that the only battle footage I can get is campaign battles like this one. Hopefully though, you did enjoy seeing this kind of Pokemon battle. It's not very often you get to see a Conquest game, and I think I will try and get more games of this. Not all the time, you know, but if I can get a close campaign battle, I think I will upload this. And I really did want to do Pokemon Conquest as my 100 subscriber special, just because it is something different and I really do enjoy this game. And once again, a massive thank you for 100 subscribers. Hopefully I don't go under 100 because of this, you know, that would be the irony. At least if nothing else, you now know how to play Pokemon Conquest, and go and buy this game. Hopefully that hasn't put you off. If it has, then wow, I'm really sorry. And with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.